Here's your village's forecast from the VNN Weather Team, presented by Sunshine Air Conditioning and Electrical. Here's meteorologist Ashley Baylor.
So if you didn't hear the latest, the U.S. House of Representatives voted on the Sunshine Protection Act, which would essentially make daylight saving time permanent. So I wanted to break this down. So July 15th, sunrise 6:39, sunset at 8:28, and that's typical daylight saving time for us. But I wanted to jump ahead to January 15th, which would normally be Eastern Standard Time for us. If we were to see daylight saving time take over, the sunrise on January 15th would be at 8:22 in the morning and the sunset at 6:52. Now, because some people do get seasonal effectiveness disorder, a lot of people look forward to that later sunset time because they're not necessarily going to work in the dark and going home in the dark, but it would be going to work in the dark potentially, is that sunrise would be at 8:22. And hey, for the village's charter school, they go to school at about 7:45, 7:50 in the morning, so they'd be going to school in the dark. So while some people are fully on board with this, others maybe not so much. But this has to basically go through the Senate, get approved by the Senate, and then make it to President Trump's desk for it to be signed in. But we have no word on when the Senate could potentially vote on this, but it is certainly up in the realm of possibilities. So, hey, let us know what you think of it. All right, moving on. Let's talk about your forecast and how it is going to be another seasonally hot day here in the villages on Thursday. I'll be looking at partly cloudy skies, chance for a couple of pop-up thunder showers heading into the afternoon. Highs will be in the mid-90s, but of course, that heat index a little bit hotter. It'll feel close to 103. As we go through Thursday night, mainly clear skies. Of course, it is going to stay muggy, so keep those fans and air conditioners going as temperatures are only expected to bottom out in the mid-70s. Now, for Friday, as we get ready to close out the week, it's pretty much the same forecast. We're looking at partly cloudy skies, isolated showers or thunderstorms heading into the afternoon. So as Morgan and I were talking about, it can be very hit or miss. Sometimes it's just the luck of the draw as to who gets wet and who stays perfectly dry. Temperatures are going to be in the low 90s as we go into your Friday, and that's pretty much where temperatures will stay going into the upcoming weekend as we check out your 7-day forecast. So Saturday and Sunday, temperatures are going to be in the lower 90s. I've dropped the numbers just a little bit, and that is because, as I mentioned before, we have the potential to possibly tap into some tropical moisture. The National Hurricane Center is going to be watching for an area of low pressure to potentially develop in the Gulf, skirt over Florida, and then eventually get out into the southeastern Atlantic. But, here's the thing, is not all of our computer models are on board with this. The European model, very much on board with this, giving us a decent amount of rain going between Saturday, Sunday, possibly into early next week. Whereas the GFS, or otherwise known as the American model, not quite on board with that. It is trending quite dry for the upcoming weekend on into next week. So as we go into the weekend, this is a forecast that we may have to tailor just a little bit. So being fully transparent with you about that. As we go into next week, again, we'll be watching what this system does. But for now, it's just going to be same old, same old. We'll go with partly cloudy skies Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Chance for some afternoon thunder showers with temperatures pretty much holding in the low to mid 90s. Now, of course, you can get our latest forecast updates right here on VNN. You can tune your radio to WVLG and check us out in the Village's Daily Sun. And I will also be posting updates on what could potentially happen for this weekend on my social media. Check me out, Meteorologist Ashley Baylor on Facebook. Hope to see you there.
Thanks for watching Meteorologist Ashley Baylor, presented by Sunshine Air Conditioning and Electrical.